Raise up now, swap it out. See me low, but I can know. Take a ride, sacrifice.
Welcome to Swing at Sway, and this is episode number 78.
78?
78.
Like the 78?
Like the 78s that go round.
Round and round.
Well, we're going to get in the groove of those 78s tonight, because tonight's show is all about hep cats and hip chicks. And to give you a little taste of that.
Are you cool enough for this show, Simon?
Cool enough. I was born cool. I ain't no...
Welcome everybody, welcome if you're joining us on YouTube or if you're joining us on Facebook. Hey Glenn, hey back to you, cool cat.
And let us know where you are from. Let us know where you're hailing from, where all you cool cats dig. Here we go. Oh yeah.
The cool cat knows when it's time to relax and get some rest. And that cool cat likes to unwind in his room, 'cause it's the best. And the bestest boys and groovy girls are sure of one thing they have found. That
I think you were dancing.
Cool cat knows how to settle down. Well, the cool cat likes to run fast and play hard with all his friends. And that cool cat combs every inch of his yard till it's time to go in and take a bath, put his jammies on, and brush up those teeth just right. 'Cause the cool cat knows how to say goodnight. Ain't nothing like a bedtime story with mom or even dad will do. And when you wake up in the morning, you feel good, so good. 'Cause a good night's rest is what makes you a cool cat. Hey, the bestest boys and groovy girls are sure of one thing they have found, that the cool cat knows how to settle. A cool cat, he knows where it's at. A cool cat knows how to settle down.
Yeah, I just thought I'd play an extra song there. That was a Cool Cat song, wasn't it? The
It was
Cool
a Cool
Cat by
Cat
Colin Ray. So, one more time. This is Swing at Sway. It's our 78th show, and we are feeling as dapper as we look.
Welcome everybody. We've got Mary who's online. Welcome to you. Welcome back. We've got Juliet online and Kathy. Lovely to see you both.
Now, what they're probably asking is they're probably saying, so what do you say, Gates? Are you in the know? You know, are you a solid bringer downer? This is the question. And are you hep to the jive?
I'm hep to the jive.
Well, you're hep to the jive. Well, come and join us because we're going to teach you the New Yorker Stroll so you can be hep to the jive as well.
Doesn't get hepper than that.
Oh, that's the heppest of the hep. Okay,
Hep, hep.
hep. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to do a little warm-up to get us all moving. And we don't want anybody sitting down. We've got to get you all up.
Everybody
Even if
up.
you know this routine, do it with us. Push your sofas and chairs to one side.
Oh,
So
no, you
sofa
said
and
the
chairs.
sofas, not your partners.
No, not your partner's one side. Push your sofa and chairs one side, and let's do some Cool Cat New Yorker Stroll. So how does it go, Anna? Anna, what's the first step?
Well, we take 2 steps to the right, 2 points to the right, and then 2 to the left.
Cool Cats.
How cool is that?
Super cool.
Right. Take a little bend, you know, to just get in the groove. First of all, we get a little bounce
I'm
going.
feeling it.
And
Yeah.
then we're touching twice to the right. We go touch to the right and 2 to the left.
Are we allowed to add some shoulder bumps?
Oh, we're allowed, we're encouraged to.
Okay, got it. Let's do it.
5, 6, 7, we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I like that. Do you like that? First step.
So far,
Second
so
step.
good. 3 taps. We go front, side, back. Should we
Front,
add
side,
more?
back. Should we just show it from the
Front,
side?
side, back.
From the front, so we go. Front, side, back.
3 touches, no wait.
So from the top, we go.
A 2 to the right, a 2 to the right. We go front, side, back. Kick, ball change, kick, ball change.
Yeah, let's do the kick ball changes.
Okay, we do our front, side, back. We go front, side, back. Stay on your left foot. We flick the right foot, kick, ball change, flick, ball change. Nice and small, nice and relaxed.
And if you've not done a kick ball change before, it's literally you kick one foot, in this case the right, and then you quickly step on the ball of the right foot and change onto the left. So it goes kick, ball change, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left. That's a sort of a hep cat step. That's a cool step.
Let's
Hey.
recap from the top and before we get to the tricky part.
Okay, let's do it.
A 5, 6, 7 and a 2 to the right, a 2 to the left. We go front, side, back, kick, ball change.
Nice.
We cross the right foot in front, cross, tap the left out, cross, tap the right out. Let's do that one more time. We take the cross on the right foot, cross, tap, cross, tap. And here's where you can add a little bit of shoulder, cross, tap, cross, tap.
Stylish. Stylish.
Stylish. One last time, 5, 6, 7, we go. Cross, tap, cross, tap. We cross one more time. Eager beaver,
I'm an eager beaver.
not the cool cat. We cross again. We cross the right in front. We step back. We step to the side. We step together and we clap.
Cool.
Okay, let's do it from the cross and taps. 5, 6, 7, we go. Cross, tap, cross, back, side, together.
One more time.
5, 6, 7, and a cross, tap, back, side, together.
So it's cross with the right, point the left. Cross with the left, point the right. Cross, step back, side, close, clap. Yeah, I think we've got this. Have we got this?
Do this.
Give us a thumbs up if you got it. YouTube, have you got it? Facebook, have you got it? Anna, have you got it?
I've got it.
You've got it,
Got
okay.
it. Okay, from the top.
From the top.
A 5, 6, 7, and a 2 to the right, a 2 to the left. We go front, side, back, kick or change, cross, tap, cross, back, side, together. Should we try that to music?
Music it is.
A couple times.
Okay, so what have we got for you tonight?
Any good song for us tonight?
Yeah, strangely enough, this is called Hep Cat Johnny. So we're going to be Hep Cats with Johnny.
Isn't that great?
Here we go.
As if you'd planned it.
As if we planned it.
6, 7, and tap to the right, tap to the left. We go forward, side, back, kick or change, crosses, tap, cross, back, side, together, front, top. To the right, to the left. Go front, kick or change, left, cross, tap, cross, back, side, together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Boy, here's the tale of a little boy, his daddy's pride and his mama's joy. A full-fledged swing.
We're almost there, Simon. There's something missing.
We can make it even cooler.
We
We can make it even cooler
Yeah.
than Hep Cat Johnny.
Okay. So we've got all the steps, but this is a stroll that turns. As many a stroll. Not this way.
Okay, how does it go?
Okay, let's take it from the top. 5,
From the top.
6, 7, we go. 2 to the right, we go 2 to the left. We take it front, side, back, kick or change, kick or freeze. As we cross the right foot in front of the left, we start turning slightly with to our right shoulder. This one for people who watch us on Facebook the wrong way around. We cross and tap.
Oh, I've
and
turned 90
continue to
degrees.
Turning, cross and tap. Now we're about 90 degrees to our right. And then we do our box on the floor to that new direction. Cross, back, side, together, clap. And we start from the top. We go 2 to the right, a 2 to the left. We go front, side, back, kick or change, and we turn. Press, tap, cross, tap, and new direction. A 2 to the right, a 2 to the left. We go front, side, back, kick or change, and turn. And the back side together one more time. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We go front, side, back, kick or change, cross to turn, cross, back side together. Hop.
Should we just do it one time slowly, make sure we've all got it, and then we continue with music. So from the top we go side, close, side, other side, close, side. 1, 2, 3, 3 little taps, kick, ball change, kick, ball change. We begin to turn as we step on our right foot and cross. With sort of hips front, but shoulders turning to the right. We continue to turn as we go tap, cross, step, side, together, clap. I think we should try to
I
music.
think we're ready. Let's play the music and it starts.
And if you're not sure what to do, follow either the person next to you or the other person on Facebook or YouTube, or just follow us and just fake it till you make it. Here we go. The New Yorker.
Right out the gate, but just him for a tragic.
5, 6, 7,
Oh, Hep Cat Johnny, so dead. Hep Cat Johnny, this cat's
We
no
turn.
sweat. Ooh, Hep Cat Johnny ain't got no man. 'Cause the Hep Cat Johnny don't know how to dance. His face is known all around the town. His drinks are free when he makes the rounds. But on the dance floor, he's a flop. And the poor boy can't even lend a hop. Oh, Hep Cat Johnny, so terrible man. Ooh, Hep Cat Johnny, this cat's no sweat. Ooh, Hep Cat Johnny ain't got no man. 'Cause the Hep Cat Johnny don't know how to dance.
3. Kick, pull, change, kick, pull, change. Step, tap. 1, 2, 3.
Stories and king of the world, but no girlfriend. If you want to find yourself romance, don't get like Johnny, better learn how to dance. Oh, hep cat Johnny, hep cat Johnny, his cat's no swing. Hep cat Johnny ain't got no man, 'cause the hep cat Johnny don't know how to dance.
Some skin. All right. So, let us know, was that new for anyone, or was that old hat, you've done it 100 times before? So let us know if that was something new. And Glenn is loving the shiny shirts. Look, matching shirts. Well, we are just cool, yeah. Okay, so that was the New Yorker Stroll, and that was Hep Cat Johnny by H.B. Radker. And the Jets or something like that, I think.
The Jets.
Yes. Right.
Why not?
So who else have we got joining us?
We have a lot of new people, I think, on Facebook. So let's say hello, because I think it's kind of a lot
we
of
know
new
Evelyn,
names
and we know
to
Trina.
Us. Got
And we know
Evelyn
Ryan.
and Trina. Well, I mean, on the show, not in general. But I don't think you're on the show so very often. Evelyn, Trina, Gérard. Ryan, we've seen you on the show, but welcome back, of course. Shirley, Bonnie is watching, Jeff is online, Lizzie from Brighton, hello.
And
Kathy,
Tommy, of course.
And Tommy, probably patting his feet. And we've already said hello to Kathy and Juliet, but wonderful to have you all online for Swing Sway, Monday night.
So what is this show? Extravaganza. What is this show all about? It's about edutainment. So tonight we're going to teach you how to be cool, how to be a hep cat or a hip chick.
I need that.
Okay, well, you stick with me, kiddo, and we're going to show you. So swing was the age of cool. Jazz was the age of cool. And let's come back to that. But I noticed Derek has asked a very interesting question. Have you come across Dean Rafferty and his slow Balboa style? The answer is yes, on several occasions. I first met him here in the UK when he came to teach in the UK, and very nice guy. And then I met him again in California, and I had a little private lesson with him. It was very nice. Yeah, he showed me some of his slow bow. So I'm guessing, Derek, have you met him, or are you just curious to find out more about his slow bow style? Yeah. So Dean Rafferty, he's one of the older dancers
from California.
From California, and I think he was more of a dancer in the 50s. Dancing the bow. Actually, I'm not up to date with his history. He wasn't one of the I don't think he was a big dancer on TV or anything like that. More of a social dancer. But actually, I don't know too much about it other than having met him a couple of times. I must dig out my history books and find out more. So Christina is saying happy Monday from Italy. The pasta, the pizza, the gelato. Send us some gelato through the post, Christina. We always love some Italian ice cream, as it should be.
It's like being in New York.
It's like being in New York. Mamma mia, just like a mama used to make. Now, Katrine says great stroll, so maybe that was new for her, and that was new for Emma. Yulia says, hello, this stroll is new for me as well, but I've come across some other strolls that dancers claimed to be the New Yorker stroll. Well, names. What's in a name? Well, I don't know. Let's see what we call it. But I don't know much about the history of the New Yorker stroll.
No.
I did look it up once, I think. But I'll find out more and maybe come back to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this was an original version or if it's just a version I learned. I'm not an authority on the New Yorker Stroll. We stole it from clubs where we used to go and dance, and that's what people called it. So that's all I can say.
Learn the Stroll, forget the name.
Yes, that's sure, forget the name. So, cool. Cool is the word. Did you know, before the word was used for the opposite of hot,
Yes.
you know, and we're not talking temperature, in the 1700s, it was used to apply to large sums of money. How about that? I never knew that, in the 1700s. So that was saying
that's cool.
that would cost you a cool million.
Oh yes, I
So-
actually have heard that expression, but I didn't know that was older than.
It goes back to yesteryear.
And then it was applied to refrigerated stuff.
Well, first it was as cool as a cucumber, and that was, I believe, a phrase from the 1732 or something like that. If my knowledge is approximate.
If you remember correctly.
If I remember correctly from this afternoon when I researched it. Yeah. So I like that. Yulia says, original or not, it's a nice stroll. Thank you, Yulia.
Yes, we like it too.
It's fun. And it actually goes to quite a lot
fun
of
one,
songs.
yeah.
You can do it faster as well. Some people do it a lot faster, but I sort of like that tempo. It's
I quite
nice
like it
and
too.
easygoing.
No, I like it's got
So-
nice little bits to it.
In 1825, they listed cool as calmly audacious. Now, you like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Calmly audacious. I mean, what a great description. The definition of cool. I'm going to say it one more time because I love it. Calmly audacious. So that is the cool. And in the sort of the ragtime era, the 1918, Random House Slang Dictionary defined cool as urban or sophisticated. So I don't think we think of cool now as sophisticated. Well, not sophisticated. We think of it
it's
as,
more street cool, street.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah. But
Yeah.
we I guess we take the street cool is really more 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
When it was street cool, when the musicians
Yeah.
were jazz musicians were cool cats. That's really I
It's an
think where it came
attitude,
from.
yeah. I
it's an
think of
attitude.
the 30s as sophisticated, and I think of the 40s as cool.
Yes, I think the 40s was cool. Jazz
50s
musicians
as
were
well.
cool.
I have to say
and-
that the 50s had a different cool,
Yeah. Well, they had a sort of a nonchalant cool.
a laid back, laid
they,
back
they were
cool.
more laid back. Calmly audacious
Calmly
in a way,
audacious.
going back to the 1825s. But I think you think of Miles Davis as cool jazz.
Yeah.
But to me, that's not cool. That's just. I'm not so keen on that style of jazz. If I'm totally honest, it's intense. It's powerful. But I prefer the great jazz musicians that came before that, and I think of them as cool. But of course, we've got some cool cats and dancers that were cool. Talking of dancers, now this is not really a swing song, but I'm going to play it anyway because I love Oscar. I'm an Oscar Brown Jr. fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know my DJ nickname used to be Mr. Kicks, Oscar Brown Jr. Mr.
I've
Kicks.
heard.
But this song is I Was Cool. So it's sort of a slow bluesy feel to it. So should we try a little But I Was Cool to
Let's.
Mr. Oscar Brown Jr. And let's see if we can be cool cats. Oh yeah, feeling cool.
I've always lived by this golden rule. Whatever happens, don't blow your cool. You gotta have nerves of steel and never show folks how you honestly feel. I've lived my whole life this way. For example, take yesterday. I breezed home happy, bringing her my pay. Her note read, so long Sally, I have run away. I threw myself down across our empty bed, and this is what I said. But I was cool. So I wouldn't fall on the road, it had an all-night bar. Wound up so low that I tore up my car. The judge threw the book at me, and when I read his sentence, there I sit. But I was cool. So I said, she's the only one I have to thank. And I found her and pulled my gun at 5 point blank. Shot whistle right straight past that woman's head and killed my hound dog dead. As they carried me away, I was overheard to say, be cool, stay cool, stay cool, keep cool, come on.
You got to admit that was a cool song.
That's a cool song.
Oh, I nearly got tangled up on my chain.
Oh.
Pop that more to the
You'll
side.
have to tell us a little bit more about that chain later on, Simon.
Yeah.
Or maybe
So-
now. Or maybe now.
Well,
What's
so-
with the chain, Simon?
In the mid-90s,
Uh-huh.
there was a bit of a swing revival going on, which I don't like to call it that these days, but there was back then. And it was the fashion to wear zoot suits. And in fact, you could buy them in regular shops. They became very fashionable
Oh, really?
with lots of people.
In high street shops?
And well, high streets in
Not Primark.
downtown New York.
Oh, right.
So I was in New York and I walked past this shop and they were selling this suit, but the fashion was just going out, and so I got it for a bargain. It was like reduced to $150 for this suit. I mean, I'm sure the
You still
material
remember?
cost more than that because there was so much. In fact, it was so good I bought one in blue and one in brown. Well, all my previous...
And what's so good about these suits, they're so easy to store, you know, they hardly take any space at all.
Let me just explain what's so
Right.
good about these
So
suits.
what
Okay.
makes a zoot suit, Simon?
So what makes a zoot suit? What makes a zoot suit cool is you've got these baggy pants, yeah? So when you do a crazy movement, it looks even bigger. You know, I can take sort of, a step and suddenly everything's exaggerated. But you notice how they taper down to the feet so that you can show off your two-tone shoes.
And your footwork.
Showing off the footwork. Of course, they're high-waisted, which I find super comfortable, keeps you warm in winter. They're low of this area so that you've got plenty of room for movement, and of course, always with braces, never a belt. That was the cool of the zoot suit trousers, the pleat.
And yet
And
there
you've
are
got the
belts,
pleats.
there's...
Actually, I do sometimes wear a belt with them, but if I do, it's a thin belt, very, very ultra thin. And then, of course, you'd have your keychain wallet attached at one end, and the keychain, which was cool. You could swing it if you want to. You could sometimes, if you don't like the music being played, you catch a musician and pull them off the stage. It was a very handy,
very practical.
chain to have. And of course, it was during the time as they were going into the Second World War that zoot suits became popular. The pachucos, thank you, pachucos, and of course it was anti-war because they wore these big baggy
Extra
trousers,
fabric.
and they had the pachuco wars, the zoot suit riots. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the stylish version. Now, of course, your jacket, if you notice, has rather wide padded shoulders.
Rather.
And of course is super long, so that came a little bit after the Teddy Boy. You know, the Teddy Boys used to have these Edwardian coats. Edwardian was the original style that wore these long coats. And well, zoot suits, I don't think took it from the Teddy Boys because they were in the 50s, but they took it from, I think, the Edwardian style. So big zoot suits,
It's
wide
everything
lapels,
is exaggerated,
exaggerated.
bigger. And when you turn with that long, well, maybe without closing your coat.
Sorry.
I really like it when you when you do a turn, it sort of follows you a bit like tails. And again, it's a great way to enhance your dancing.
It's a great look.
Well, thank you, Simon. I think you have a new career ahead of you as a zoot suit model.
A zoot suit model. Oh well, actually, hold on. If you can do the zoot suit model. So I think I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again for those that are new.
Just
to let you know, Facebook is crooked.
It wasn't.
Facebook, do I look like I'm on a ship? Okay, so Frankie Manning was given a zoot suit at the Boogie Barons dance camp many years ago. Frankie Manning was an old dancer from the 30s and 40s who used to wear zoot suits back in the 30s. And he was known as the grey man because he had a grey zoot suit and a grey shirt and a grey tie and a grey fedora hat and grey socks and grey shoes. He had two zoot suits. He would wear one for the first half of the evening, and when it got drenched and started to turn a different colour, he would go home because he lived quite close to the Savoy. He'd change and come back into his second zoot suit. Now, they gave him this zoot suit, and he hadn't worn one in however many years, a long time. And as soon as he put it on, he started to walk very differently. He suddenly had what's known as the pimp walk. And he was the epitome of cool. As soon as he put his hat on, he transformed into the teenager he was back then. So that was the zoot suit, and I love the. Well, first of all, it's really comfy. Yeah, it's really comfy because back then it was the style and the fashion. You had to wear jackets. It's like, you know, you wore jackets. And I think it got really hot, but then they didn't have all the central heating we have today. So
Derek is asking, where is your fedora hat and feather?
Well, I have worn my fedora hat and feather before.
Yes.
I have a confession to make though. My zoot suit fedora, I do have a regular fedora, brown one, like I call it my Indiana Jones hat, bought from in New York, the shop called Stetson's, fantastic hat shop. I hope it's still going. I hope it survived COVID and the 30 years since I bought my hat.
Modelling, advertising for shops.
And
we changed paths.
and I forgot what I was saying there. Oh yeah, and
the fedora hat.
But my other one that I wore last time was the red one, and doesn't go with the brown suit, of course. So when I'm dancing, I've got to admit, I don't like to wear hats. I tend to wear the hat for entering and exiting. But I keep it off in between. But good question, where is the fedora? Right, it's time for some more music. But who else have we got joining us?
We've got, Mary had joined us already, but she says, straight from the fridge, Daddy-o. And she adds, and Mammy-o. So yeah, who else do we have? We have Mendel on Facebook, and Ossian, and Isa is watching. Hello, Isa.
Hello, Isa.
Sue is there, and Dawn is watching. David as well. Hello, everybody.
And I noticed, I bet some people have come back from Goodwood, and Goodwood, they really dressed up.
Oh,
I mean, amazing.
Fantastic,
the costumes there. Some people wear it all the time. It's not a costume, it's the way they look.
So here in the UK, the past weekend, were several events, but one of them was Goodwood Revival. So Goodwood is a motor competition circuit, and once a year they have a competition. They have a motor festival, but with vintage cars. But it's not only about the cars; it's about the fashion. It's about everything vintage. It's absolutely amazing event. There's dancing, there's music.
The Ding Dong Daddy-O's live, and many other events.
It's lots of trio. So trio singers.
It's a good event.
And it's a very, very good event.
We were lucky to have been there the last 2 years prior to COVID, and we absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
This year we didn't go because we have changes in our life, such as actually we're moving home soon.
Yes.
And in fact, next week...
Take a good look.
Next week is going to be the last one in this house.
Yes.
And then we hope We hope, fingers crossed. Of course, it could still all fall down between now and then. So a few life
changes. Should be somewhere different. You should notice a change in the background. So let us know if you were out at Goodwood Revival and if you dressed up, or if you went to other events recently, last weekend or recently, and if you dressed up.
Any Twinwood fans? Because we like Twinwood as well.
When was Twinwood? It was a bit earlier. It was in it's August bank holidays.
So anyone go to Twinwood, Goodwood, or another event? Let us know. Okay, I'm going to play the master, the king of cool. I think he was one of the coolest dudes out there. Mr. Cab Calloway, are you hip to the jive? Let's do some swing, baby. Let's do some swing, daddy-o. Oh, yeah. All you swinging gates.
Yeah. Are you full of pep? Yeah. Are you happy? Yeah. Are you full of snapper? Well, you know, Gig, you to know how you're a solid breaker down. Listen here, Jack. Take it slow. You can learn just what I mean. Are you hip to the jive? Are you hip to the jive? Are you hip? Are you keeping it step? Are you hip to the jive? Do you lace your boots high? Are you fly or you fly? Do you dig, do you swing on the gig? Are you hip to the jive? Do you get in the groove? Does the beat make you move? Do you send yourself jack and then tripping on back again? No, that is smooth. Oh, are you hip to the jive? Are you hip to the jive? Are you hip? Are you hip? Are you keeping it step? Are you hip to the jive?
That was none other than Mr. Cab Calloway, the creator of Are You Hip to the Jive, and of course Cab Calloway's Hipster's Dictionary. And I think we've done that on the previous show, haven't we?
We've mentioned it. I don't think we've been through the whole dictionary.
No,
but we have mentioned it and mentioned some of the terms.
And he had cat as a musician in a swing band. He had chick as a girl. And he had Hepcat as a guy who knows all the answers and understands jive, the lingo, the Hepcat. And then hip, the wise, sophisticated, anyone with boots on. Yeah, that was
And
hip.
he was such a character, wasn't he? He had such presence. He was a real showman. He was a musician, of course, but he was fronting the band. He was like he was dancing. He was a wonderful dancer, and
I loved his dancing.
He just is electric, isn't he?
He was a great frontman for a band.
Oh,
he had the
really amazing.
he had the style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
So
French, we would say the bagou as well. He had a
he was a dude.
He was
But
a dude.
what does dude actually mean? We need to discuss dude.
Okay, discuss dude.
So I didn't realise that, of course, in the 19th century, dude was really clothes. You know, duds. Your duds.
Oh,
so
duds.
it was about clothes. And of course, it was sort of a Victorian word for the slang of clothes. But I think there must be a connection with what do you call it? Dandies.
Oh,
You know,
dudes,
the dandies.
duds, dandies, dude.
Yeah, I think there must be a connection
so.
there somewhere.
Well, it's possible. It's plausible. We go.
I dropped my glasses. I'm not wearing them. I don't know why I'm wearing them, but I did drop them. Yeah, so not so cool. Ha ha ha. Cool. Yeah, the fonts. Cool.
Lost you there.
Well, you never saw the series The Fonz, did you?
No, but now
He
that you
was
mention it,
he was the epitome of
I
cool.
have heard of him.
He was cool.
But,
hey, yeah, The Fonz. Hey. Okay,
So
we
you
all
can
know.
kind of actually it always reminds me of Maurizio, our friend Maurizio Michelangelo,
Yes.
who's in Italy and always says hep hep. And also I think you and Maurizio, not single-handedly but double-handedly, own about half the zoot suit in
Yes.
the world.
Yeah, we do have a few between us.
I think he has a few more fedora hats than you do.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he's more of a hat person than I am.
Quite a sharp dresser, and he likes
So-
zoot suits too.
We've got Frezzy joining us. Hello, Frezzy. And we've got, who else have we got?
Well, Mendel says, hi, long time ago, we met in Harangue.
Where are you from, Mendel? Which country?
Mendel Andreas Ehrman.
Tell us where you're living, which country you're
from.
living.
And says, I have many shellacs of Cab Calloway, I guess. One
Oh,
of my
yes.
favourites. Yeah. He's fantastic, isn't he?
We just because we're moving, we were actually doing some sorting out. And so I did come across, I have a big
No,
box.
last week was VHS. This week is vinyls, although we've barely scratched the surface.
Well, I hope we didn't scratch the records, though.
Well, yes.
I did drop one of them. But we do have some 78s. The funny thing is, I don't have a 78 player at the moment. Well, I do,
You
but
do?
I've not... No, that one's not a 78
Oh, no, it's
player.
not 78,
But
sorry.
I have one upstairs in the loft
Yeah.
that I need to dig out because I haven't used it for a very long time. So I don't know what shape it's in, if it's still working.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Have we got some other comments?
So we asked people where they've been recently. If they've been to Goodwood, if they've been to Twinwood,
Yeah.
if they've been to other events. So Emma and Glenn said that they were at Salute to the 40s
I
at
saw it
Chatham
advertised.
Dockyard. Yeah, I saw some pictures from there. It looked great.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic event. Lots of 40s style dancing and historical reenactors, not to mention a steam train and tours of a submarine. Wow, that's a full event.
Was it
Yeah,
a nuclear submarine? Because if it was, they're going to be sending it to Australia very soon.
Uh-oh. No politics on this show.
No politics on this
show. But yeah, it looked like a really nice event. Is that a yearly event, or was that a one-off event?
Was it a new one?
Or a new one, perhaps. And Julia and I think the Southwest Lindy Hoppers have been to West Somerset Railway 1940s weekend recently.
Nice.
We have also seen pictures of that, and that was looking rather good as well. So lots of trains. Trains just really add atmosphere to an event.
Well, a nice steam train.
A nice steam train really has something. They does on the platform and near the steam train. Actually, friends of ours got married in an old train station, and there was a steam train. We had a little ride there.
Yeah,
it was
that was
such a beautiful idea. It just added something a bit special. It was really cool.
What other comments are there? Do you need to borrow my
sounds
glasses?
great. Yeah, I might need your glasses. Mary is asking some tips from Emma about the event. But yeah, it happens every year. Definitely recommended. Great atmosphere, lots of singing groups, and it usually has the Glenn Miller Orchestra too. The historic dockyard in Chatham. Well, we'll look it up.
Yeah.
Good vintage shopping. I'm here.
Oh, fantastic! And
Actually, I don't have a lot of vintage. I have a lot of reproduction vintage actually.
yeah. Well, I've got to admit, it's probably better for dancing in because some of the, you've got to think a dress that's 60, 70, 80 years
I
old,
know.
the thread alone
Yeah.
can't really stand up to the punishment of a lot of
Funny
hard
enough,
dancing.
Mary says that that's where they filmed Call the Midwife, which for those not in the UK is a series that's set in the 1940s. Funny enough, we're talking about vintage clothes, and we are talking about called a midwife. Now, I own a single dancing vintage dress,
Yes.
and apparently it was used on Call the Midwife, on the set of Call the Midwife.
And you've been calling the midwife as well, but that's another story.
Not yet, but yeah. I know what to wear now.
Yes. Does everyone know what a midwife is? I think if you're not in England, would the people know what a midwife is? Would you know?
As much as the rest, as much as hep to the jive, I think.
Yes, okay, that's good. Derek said Sidmouth, the vintage car rally, dancing to the Liberty Sisters, fantastic.
So it sounds like
all
people
good.
have been out and about. There's been quite a lot. Late summer, early autumn, there's quite a few vintage events about, and a great opportunity to dress up really and have a bit of fun.
So we were talking about dudes, and we were saying
Oh, right.
how it
Oh,
was,
we're back
came
to dudes
from
now.
dandies. But did you know
You've been burning to tell us all about dudes.
in the Wild West? I didn't
Yeah.
do my research for nothing. In the Wild West, they had dudes, well, like city slickers. So it was I'm not going to say a derogatory term, but it wasn't as cool. So dude isn't the most cool word, even if it's used by the Ninja Turtle Mutants, whatever they're called, and Cowabunga dude. You know, it doesn't really. I know the surfers use dude. So if my cousins from California are watching, I know they're into surfing, and they will possibly be called dudes. But, you know, it's not like cool. Cool is
Ironically,
cool.
because if it meant clothing, the surfers don't actually wear it.
Well, not very much.
Not very much.
Although I do like some of those surfing movies with that famous couple whose names elude me, and they were in the 60s. Lots of movies by the beach, and they were
I
doing
did
lots
not
of
know
surfing.
you were into surfing movies.
Absolutely. It was cool, dude.
Simon, I discover new things about you all the time.
Let's dig it. Let's let Les Brown dig it for us. Are you ready? Let's do some dancing.
that
What?
song.
Oh, the
It's
yam. It's like the yam.
It's the same
Yeah.
song. They've adapted the lyrics, but even the lyrics are the same story.
Anna, what have you been drinking tonight?
Well, what haven't I been drinking tonight?
Yeah. Well, you could put Facebook straight because they're probably all going to get dizzy the way you're putting them crooked tonight.
No, but they were towards the screen. I paid great attention.
And now they
when
can't
were...
see me.
Yeah,
I mean,
is that better? Are you much happy with Facebook?
For all you people on YouTube, Anna is reacting to the influence of gin. Now, she didn't have it till last year. She had it last year, and the effect has finally come out today, 12 months later. I don't understand it. Right, what does Mendel say?
To dance, I sometimes wear original working overalls of Peugeot, France original of the 40s.
Ah, nice.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, if you do that, Monday, I'll bring my car around to get it serviced later.
You wouldn't dress the part at Goodwood Revival. You've met a few mechanics there as well.
Yeah. Oh, I love at the Goodwood Revival. They have some guys that do sort of Right Said Fred, the roadworks.
Yeah. But everyone is dressed up. Whatever their role is, they have the outfit of the period. It's really an immersive experience. A lot of these events are, but I don't know. I haven't seen many of them, but Goodwood is particularly, I don't know.
Particularly good.
Particularly good.
Especially as it's in the wood.
It is in the Goodwood.
In the Goodwood.
Mendel says he's from Switzerland. We were asking.
So
from Switzerland. You're from the UK. You met in Sweden, and here we are back online.
Back online, fantastic. We talked about cool. We've talked about dudes, and earlier tonight you mentioned getting in the groove.
I did.
And groovy is another cool word. That's another Hepcats word.
I associate that more with the 50s, but did it come earlier?
Oh,
Probably.
yes.
I'm sure it came earlier.
Go back a bit.
Earlier than that? Earlier than earlier?
We'll try it. Guess.
1890.
Not that early. No, it came from the 1920s.
Oh, 20s.
And it was
I thought it would have been maybe 40s.
It was jazz musicians in those early days were the coolest because they were coming up with all these expressions and words. And it was used to describe the way they played because you had the grooves in the record.
Yeah.
So they were in the groove.
Yeah.
And then it would describe a good musician who was really getting down, who was really sending your man to the clouds. He was in the groove. And that was groove and groovy. And it's fabulous, all these expressions, because they're still used today.
And they're very evocative.
And none of that, they're evocative.
Evocative.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I did that before. I can't get that word right.
It's the influence of all that drink that you had over a year ago.
Yes, it's all the gin from 2018.
Yeah, from 2018, that's it. So it would describe music that was played with feeling and finesse. In the groove, feeling and finesse. All the F's in the groove. Anyway, might be time for some more music soon.
I got it, but I didn't have anything to add to that.
Now listen, I think you better tell these nice people who we are. If anyone's just joined us out of the blue and they're probably wondering what the heck is going on, these cool dudes are talking about cool dudes, dig it, and we are from...
Well, that's a good point. Who are you? Just kidding. We are Simon and Anna. We are from SwingdanceUK, and every Monday since the beginning of the lockdown and every week in the foreseeable future.
With one or two exceptions.
With a couple of exceptions. We have been here on a Swing at Sway online show trying to edutain you on a variety of topics. Mainly rambling, playing music, having a dance and trying to get you up and dancing as well.
Well, we hope you've been up and dancing. Give us a thumbs up if you've been up and dancing as well. Give us a smiling face if you've been dancing, not just sitting on the couch eating your supper. But I know a lot of people do jobs while they watch us. They they do the washing up and they do the ironing and they do all exciting stuff and they put us on to so that the jobs won't seem so exciting, I think. Groove. And Mendel's just added groove important.
Off the beat, in the groove, but importantly off the beat or on the beat.
On the beat,
or just off the beat.
Or
on the offbeat. Maybe he means on the offbeat.
On the upbeat, man. So I think it was.
What do you want to be on the offbeat?
So it's what gave swing. Can you explain?
Well, if you are on the main beat, the bam choo dum choo dum choo dum choo, it's not cool. It's square. It's square. It's other music. Swing is on the off beat, the odd beat, the 2 and the 4 and the 6 and the 8. Dum cha dum cha dum cha dum cha. And that's what make it. I don't know. It gives that bounce. It gives that call and response in that rhythm.
You're very clever, aren't you? You know a lot of stuff. Very impressed.
And I make it up as I go along.
So, what was really funny was they used. Have you heard of? In 1947, there was a film that came out called. I forgot what it's called now. It was called Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, I've heard
It was a
this one.
kids' movie
Yeah.
about Father Christmas, and they described it
Haven't seen
as that they used the word groovy in the promo trailer.
Oh,
So,
really?
So it was a cool word then, yeah. And
It's
it
like
made
a classic film for Americans, isn't it, around Christmas?
yeah, for kids.
I
I
think-
think,
okay,
yeah. They
yeah.
play it on English TV as
Yeah.
well. So, and it made a comeback in the 60s.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this until I did some research recently,
Mm.
that it was Simon and Garfunkel's song, Life, I Love You, All Is Groovy. No, that wasn't the name of the song. That was in their song. They put All Is Groovy, and it became a 60s thing. So groovy, man, groovy.
Groovy.
And then, of course, you had Austin Powers, but that's another matter. We won't go there, will we? Okay, so
That's something else.
I've got a choice now. I don't know what to play. Should I play either A, some modern, what do you call it, electro swing, that I think is quite groovy, or I could play some Harry the Hipster. Now, Harry the Hipster's a really interesting character. I'm going to come back to him later.
Oh, I love that
So
song.
should we take a vote?
Oh, I know who I'm voting for.
Oh, you're voting for that. But maybe people want to hear...
Yeah, maybe people want to vote.
They
And also,
wanna hear
Simon, I
some
don't know if
electro
you've
swing.
realised, because it's almost birthday jam time.
Oh, it's almost birthday jam
So
time.
is that a birthday jam song?
Okay, then we'll put Harry the Hipster on to be a birthday
Maybe,
jam song.
Okay. Not sure that's very.
You
birthday.
just stopped in mid-sentence.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say let's play. Let's people vote during the birthday song for which song they want.
Okay,
That's what I was gonna
get
say.
it.
That's what I was gonna
You're
say.
pretty cool, Mummy-o. I'm quite impressed.
Mary votes for Harry the Hipster, please.
Harry the Hipster.
So we've got a choice between Electro Swing or Harry the Hipster.
I want to know if we've got any Harry the Hipster fans out there.
Well, I think Mary is one. And Mary not only is a Harry the Hipster fan, but she mentions that there's a book on her shelf waiting to be read about slang from the 1920s to the 1960s.
Oh, interesting.
Originating specifically from the 20s jazz and blues scene. That must be a great book to go through. And she says that her Straight from the Fridge Dad was by Max Descharnay.
Okay, now
Descharnay, maybe.
I've got choices. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do. For the birthday song, it's for anyone celebrating a birthday. If you're celebrating a birthday anywhere in the world, celebrate with us right now.
Yes.
We're going to play this song for you, followed by a Shim Sham. You can all get up and do the Shim Sham. And a birthday jam, you have to dance with everyone in the room. Well, in this case, you have to dance with everyone on YouTube and Facebook.
Cats, the chicks.
The cats, the chicks, the hep cats. And talk about that. We're going to dig that crazy chick with Sam Butera. Are you ready? Here we go. Birthday jam. Or just celebration.
I got a story to tell today. Won't you listen to what I say? This story is about a chick. Man, what makes my baby so slick? I say, ooh, 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 man. Dig those crazy lips. I say, ooh, 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 man. Boy, she really flips. I say, ooh, 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 man. Dig that crazy chick. I say, ooh, 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 man. Dig those crazy eyes. I say, ooh, 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 man. She's a real down size. I say, ooh, 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 man. Dig that crazy chick.
Shim Sham time.
When I was a kid, about 3:30, my daddy said, son, come here to me. Says things may come and things may go, but this is one thing you ought to know.
Ain't what to do,
It's the way how you do.
ain't what to do,
It's the way how you do.
ain't what to do.
It's the way how you do it.
That's what gets me so.
Mama, mama,
Ain't what to do,
it's the time that you do.
ain't what to do,
It's the time that you do.
ain't what to do.
It's the time that you do it.
That's what gets me so.
Oh,
Get down, don't mean nothing.
don't mean a thing.
Make it easy,
Please,
then you drive with swing. Oh, ain't what to do,
it's the place that you do.
ain't what to do,
It's the place that you do.
ain't what to do.
It's the place that you do.
That's what gets me so.
Take it on back.
Shot.
Well, I notice we've got the pink card
We
again
have
from
the
Facebook.
the pink card.
What does that mean,
Not
Anna?
cool, man. Not,
Not
cool.
cool, not cool.
Well, that means that we may drop off the radar for a short time if Facebook decides we're playing too much good music. But we will be back. If you lose the signal before the end of the show, just look up on the same page under Simon Selmon and we'll connect again.
Or you can connect via. We seem to have good connection with YouTube today.
Yes, we do.
So some people are
We
looking
have
there,
recently, I think.
and they get the bonus of little bars at the bottom telling them
They
things,
do.
don't they? What sort of things
they
does
do.
it tell them?
And they get a bigger bonus. They get to see us the right way around as well.
That's a bonus.
That's quite a bonus. So if you're on Facebook and you lose us, or you want a better picture or a less interrupted show, head on to youtube.com/SwingdanceUK. You can
Now-
also find all the, if you've missed them all and you think you really need them in your life, you can watch all 77 previous shows on our YouTube channel.
Okay, so I have a quiz.
Uh-oh.
What came first, hip or hep?
I thought it was going to be the egg and the chick question.
Ah, well, that's going to come later. Don't preempt the questions. What came first, hep or hip, or was it hip and hep?
Hip.
So,
Well, my hip is has always been here.
So, okay, so let's get some answers, please. Answer on a postcard. We've had some voting in.
We've
Pretty
had-
much everyone wants Harry the Hipster, and I don't blame
Pretty unanimous.
you. Now, tell us.
You're right. You're right. It's a great
Anna,
song.
tell us about some of the things that we offer. So, for example, swing notes. Any teachers out there, any teachers of dancing, because the last 2 episodes of Swing Notes, I say episodes, the writings have been about teaching.
Articles. Yeah.
So it's a free thing that it's on. If you're on my mailing list, I send
every
it out
Sunday
free
you
every
take
Sunday.
the feather off your fedora hat, and you
you
scribe a new swing note.
And how do they
for
get
avid
hold of
readers.
Swing Notes if they're interested?
It couldn't be easier. You sign up to the mailing list for free on SwingdanceUK.com. Just make sure to tick that you want to receive swing notes. Then you receive swing notes every Sunday morning. At various, I don't know what time in the morning.
Well, it's around 9:30.
Around 9:30.
But you can read it any time,
Yeah.
because once you
And
get
if,
it, you got it.
if you love it and you want to access all the previous swing notes that Simon's
How
been
many
writing
are there?
for several years. 100.
No, you're joking. We're 200 and
200
something.
and 200 and
248
something. Yeah, quite a lot,
or
quite a lot.
something. I don't know.
And they're about the history of swing dance, about some dance tips. There's some ramblings.
Yeah, quite a few of those.
No, they're very interesting. I'm biased, obviously, but I find them interesting. And they are also on our membership site, so you can access them all there if you so wish.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's about Swing Notes. Sign up for free every Sunday. Get your copy. Now, has anyone answered the question? Which came first, hip or hep?
Emma says hep.
Emma says hep. Have we
You
any
have
other votes?
50% chance.
What does Derek say?
Au courant, but I'm not sure why.
Yes. Why, Derek? Explain.
So au courant means in the know.
Oh, in the know.
In French.
Ah, yes. Okay, in the know.
But I mean, it's sort of related, but it's not a direct answer to a question that we asked. So I'm not sure what's.
Well, no, I think it refers to something we might have talked about earlier. In the know.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
in the know. Au courant.
In
Yes.
the know.
Okay.
So, hip or hep?
Sorry, Derek, if you missed that connection.
Okay, so really, in the know is probably more to do with hip and hip, actually. And Mendel says the hep cats are hip. Quite right. Apparently, it was hep that appeared first in the 20th century, and it meant in the know, au courant. So Derek is hep.
Au courant.
Au courant. I thought it meant current.
Au courant. Yeah, well, it's the same word.
Like current. It's what I put in
it's
my,
like to be
on
in
my
the
breakfast.
current in the.
Yeah. So I
in
think
breakfast.
Derek gets a prize.
Well, Emma said it first.
Oh, did Emma say it first?
Yes, he said hep first.
Oh no, but Derek knew it was in the know.
Derek answered the question you didn't ask.
Yes, that was.
So I think
my
Emma
next
should get a prize and Derek should get a special
Okay,
prize.
round of applause to both of them. Fantastic. And in fact, I'm going to play the next song for you, and it's definitely one that is a prize.
So which are we playing? Harry the Hipster or different
Oh,
one?
sorry.
no.
We're going to that one.
Oh,
okay,
no,
I forgot.
okay.
No, let
Last
me play
chance
Harry
to
the
vote?
Hipsters. Okay, no. We're going to play Harry the Hipster because I know it's one of your favourite songs.
You can't offer songs and then not play them.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
voting and then
they voted.
take it away.
So I just think it was hip to be in step. Does that come from hip 2 3 4 hip military hip 2 3 4?
So a hiccup.
Well, you know where hip comes from.
No.
You opium user, you, because the opium users would lie on their sides, on their hip, on the couches that they were provided, and of course opium dens were illegal back in the 20s, as they possibly are now, and in some places anyway, and it was illegal, and so it was like a speakeasy. You didn't want to broadcast, so you'd say hip. You'd use the word like I'm on the hip, or I'm going, something like that. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, wow.
But it referred to the reclining position.
I did not know that.
Well,
we actually saw a movie the other day. I can't remember the name of it now. A musical, and we were really surprised. And because there were opium dens and ladies of the night featured.
and this was in the 30s,
there were
early 30s.
clothing that was very revealing or a little, and it's sort of unusual. It was a Hollywood movie. It was just before the
James Cagney.
With James Cagney, yes.
And
that's right.
And my favourite.
And a lot of fighting. It was a good movie, but it was sort of unusual sight for a sort of wholesome musical, Hollywood musical.
Who was one of the actresses?
Nick
and Nora. Nora.
What's it?
Who played Nora?
I know.
Does anyone know who played Nora out of Nick and Nora?
No,
Does anyone know what I'm talking
you've
about?
stumped me.
I've stumped you again.
I know her.
Derek's trying to
I was
show how
reading
cool he
behind
is,
it.
how hip he is. He
Yes.
says, I just throw things in now and again. He's Mr. Cool indeed. He would have been one of the first hipsters, like Harry the Hipster. And
Yeah,
let's
anyway,
play
you
it.
didn't help me finish my sentence. I was saying that was actually a film just before
The Code.
The Code came in. Yeah, just
What
before
was it, the
the
Hays Code? No, I forget. I'm forgetting everything tonight. I'm
the
getting
Hollywood,
old.
the
I'm
Hollywood
getting old.
Code, where,
The Hollywood Code,
you
yeah.
weren't you weren't allowed to swear or show certain things anymore.
Or lie on the bed without having one foot on the floor.
Yeah, yes, I didn't know that one.
But I think it was
So
a bit of I think it was just before. And I think
was
they
just
were,
before,
They were
actually.
being
The
a bit
Code-
cheeky. They were putting a bit of a thumbs up to the
They
Code,
were
weren't they?
sort of provoking the Code in the movie, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I've
let
done-
me
I've done my bit.
find the song.
Myrna Loy
Myrna Loy, thank you. Myrna Loy and Ruby Keeler.
and Ruby Keeler. Was Myrna
Was it-
Loy in there?
No.
Ruby Keeler was
no, it
definitely in
wasn't.
there, but
Ruby
Myrna
Keeler.
Loy
No,
wasn't.
it was the other one who played
The other
Dagwood's wife.
Oh dear. Let's play some
Dagwood's
music.
wife. Who was
because
Dagwood's wife?
We're
Okay.
missing the plot here,
Okay.
Simon.
Let's bring on Harry the Hipster, the cool dude.
Let's get
Do
back to the show.
you know about the Hays Code? Thank you, Mary T.
thank
you know
you.
about Harry the Hipster? He grew up very near Harlem, and he was friends with a lot of that community. And he really used the language, all the cool language, because he was cool. Because that was how he spoke. It wasn't like me, who just read a book and fakes it every now and then. Middle class English kid from London who read a book,
man.
who read Hepster's Hepster's dictionary. Let's be honest here.
Yes.
I've just got to say before we play the song.
He breathed
Okay,
coolness.
I'm going to come back to Glenn's comment after we played Who Put the Bends in
yes.
in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine. Opera in Vouch.
Mrs. Murphy couldn't sleep. Her nerves were slightly off the beat. Until she saw her problem with a can of Ovaltine.
Like a nice Ovaltine before I go to bed.
Most every night, and how she would dream. Until something rough got in the stomach and made her nipples scream. Ow! Who put the Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? She was ashamed of
It's like Agatha Christie.
cause the old lady didn't even get his name. Where did she get that stuff? Now she just can't get enough. And might have been the man wasn't that. Now that guy's a square. She never ever wants to go to sleep. She said her everything's silent all reading. Now Mr. Murphy don't know what it's all about. Cause she went through the old man out cloud. Who put Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? Now she wants to swing the Highland Flings. Says the Benzedrine's the thing that makes her spring. Spring it now, Gibson. That's the second chorus. Name is called
Susie Q.
Who put the Nemitals in Mr. Murphy's overall? Bought a can of Ovaltine most every week or so. And she always kept an extra can on hand just in case the cheap run.
Apple Jacks.
She never been so happy since she left for Ireland. Till someone found a pantry, sure tampered with her
Sugarfoot.
wine. Who put the Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? She was ashamed of the complaint, cause the old lady didn't even get his name. Where did she get that stuff? Now she just can't get enough. It might have been the man who wasn't bad. Now Jack, that guy's a squaw. She stays up nights making all right. They say she lost about 69 pounds. Now Mr. Murphy claims she's getting awful thin. And all she says is give me some spin mop. Who put the Benzedrine in Mrs. Murphy's Ovaltine? Now she wants to swing the Highland Flings. She says the Benzedrine's the thing that makes her spring. Spring it now, get it.
hipster. He
It's
was
like
hip. He was.
effortlessly
He was cool. And do you know the interesting thing is, he had a very long career, and he went right through to become a rock
Rock and
musician.
roll?
No,
Oh,
well, he
really?
went rock and roll. When the Beatles came in, he decided to go rock and roll, and then he became heavy rock.
Wow.
And he was one of the few jazz
Oh, and he
musicians that
crossed,
transitioned, that crossed.
That's
crossed
impressive.
the-
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We
So
changed,
we've got some more people joining us. Welcome. Just to let you know, we have had the pink card by Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you get cut off, come and find us again. We will be back, as somebody would say.
At least we got off before 9 o'clock.
So Mary says it's the Hayes Code, and I liked.
And Glenn,
where
yes.
was Glenn's comment? I've lost it.
Just before Mary, do you need
just before
more
Mary.
glasses?
Yes, I do. I need to clean these ones actually.
Yeah.
The coolest performer on the scene is Natty Congaroo and his Flames of Rhythm. Check him out, peeps. I know what you're
they
talking
are.
about. He's a great artist as well.
Yeah,
Natty.
he's
a
very
lovely
good.
guy.
He's
Lovely guy as well.
the closest thing we have to Cap Calloway, isn't he?
He is Mr. Cool.
He's Mr. Cool. He's often he also have very cool suits. I know he's like white suit and beret and yeah. He's really got the attitude and the cool, and the music is great too.
Yeah. So if you get a
Fabulous
chance, go and
music.
see Natty Cool and his Flames of Rhythm.
Natty Congaroo.
Natty Congaroo. Natty Congaroo. It is.
Cool.
You know that gin that you had.
Yes, you had
I
a
think I've
sip
had a
as
bit
well,
too
didn't you?
much. Yeah, I think I've had a bit too much. Oh gosh, we haven't got long left, and there's so much good music we want to play.
But there was another one you were about to play.
Well,
Say like
I
that was
wanted
like a
to. I wanted to
prize.
play this one because I
well,
saw
we
these
have to.
guys live, and I actually met one of the musicians in this next band, and this is what I would have been dancing to in the 80s.
Uh-oh.
This is what I would have been dancing to in the 80s.
I'm not sure I would call the 80s cool.
Well, I thought these
Maybe
guys
on
were
the
pretty
swing
cool.
scene.
So,
Maybe on the swing scene.
does anyone else remember the darts?
The darts. Very
The darts.
British.
The
How very
darts.
British.
Yes. And Daddy Cool.
I saw a crazy chick running down the street. I said, oh, pretty baby, why the great big heat? She said, wow, I swear, don't you think the scene? Daddy Cool's playing his piano machine.
Well, Daddy who?
Daddy Cool, Daddy who? Daddy Cool, 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 Daddy Cool. She let me buy her. The trumpet did hear a except for one heart. But you go down to the Daddy Cool, Daddy Cool, Daddy Cool, Daddy Cool, Daddy Cool, Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool, 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 Daddy
Yeah, who else remembers dancing to Daddy Cool back in the day? Back in the day, that's what we were dancing
Well, they
to.
aim right.
They aim right. Yeah, they're cool band. Right. Whew. So, okay, I think we need another quiz.
Another quiz.
Another quiz. So,
Well, actually, before we get to the quiz, I just wanted to ask you, what have you been up to this week, Simon?
this week, what have I been up to?
I've hardly seen you. I was upstairs, you were downstairs.
Well,
You were behind that big box.
big box.
I was in other boxes.
We've been doing some preparation for moving, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
And we will be moving. So next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, because nothing's signed and sealed yet. But next week will be our last show here, and then we hope the following week will be in our. Well, it's not going to be in our new studio straight away.
Probably not.
That needs a bit of work.
In our new living room.
In our new living room. But we hope it will go into our new studio that's slightly bigger than this one, which means it will be better for filming. So we hope that's going to be the case.
We hope.
But we'll have to get a floor laid. So any good tips on laying a dance floor? Anyone got experience or a recommendation? We want to hear.
What to do or what not to do. Just
I
as useful.
laid this one here. Well, not me
Yourself?
personally. I got it done. No, a friend of mine did it. But it's
Yeah,
been pretty good.
I don't think we'll still be here.
This has lasted like 17, 18 years.
Yeah,
so
you've been
it's
here.
it's
They're not
very
bad.
good. So it was good
It's
wood.
very good. Yeah, it's a very good
Should
floor,
take it
actually.
with us really, but there we go. Take the floor up.
Derek is in French school tonight, and it makes me realise that we have a lot of images with electricity to translate the concept of cool. We had
The
au
cat was
courant,
cool.
be in the know, it'd be in the current.
Yes.
And all very branché tonight, like plugged in, to be plugged in, to be cool.
Cool. So would you rather be a dude or a cat?
I don't want to be a dude.
You don't want to be a dude. You
I
want to
wanna
be a cat. Okay. What about other people? Do they want to be dudes or do they want to be cats? What is a
hip
cat?
chick.
What is a cat? Somebody define for me what a hep cat is.
Well, just look at a cat. It's like they walk,
I didn't want you to answer the question.
Well, no, but it's obvious. It's obvious, isn't it?
Quick
It's
on their
like
feet.
Fluid, quick on their feet,
Resourceful.
elegant.
Languid.
Yeah, languid.
Yes. Yeah. I've been reading. Slightly aloof.
Slightly aloof.
Slightly
yes.
aloof. That's a hep cat and a hip chick. Now, I want to play this next song. I've got a couple of songs I want to play actually. I've got a dude song or I've got a cool cat song. So the question is, do we want the dude or the cool cat song? That's the question. They're both good. So I'm
Okay.
going to ask
Give
people,
us more
do we want the
information.
dude or the hep cat or the cat's cool cat song?
Well, I
I don't want to hear your biased opinion. This is a vote. We live in a democracy and we have to have a free vote. So do we want...
That was cool.
That's going to be on the World Wide Web for posterity.
Yes, I know.
Do we want
Hello, everyone.
the dude? It's quite a cool song, actually. Or do we want the cool cats? So let's have a vote. We've got one for cool cats. They're obviously watching you. Anyone want the dude song?
I actually don't know the songs, but I'm voting by the name.
Okay, you're voting by the name. Okay, we'll give it 2 seconds. So tell people where else can they find out more about us. We've got a membership site, haven't we?
Well, I think the best place to head is swingdanceuk.com, our website, and hopefully there you can find the different things that we offer. We have a little bit of, we have some events that are in person at the moment, not very much, but we had the Genesis happening in central London recently, and there'll be another one next month, so keep tuned.
There's a big one coming up, though.
Big one that you want to put in your diary on the
If you're
19th.
London-based.
Is it 19th of November?
Yes.
So yeah, if you're London based, come along. If you're not London based, come to London. And 19th of November, we are dancing in a beautiful hall, the Shoreditch Town Hall. We have a live band.
Yes,
and it's going to be.
the
You
Swing
can dress
Ninjas.
up.
Swing Ninjas.
The Swing Ninjas. So yeah, great opportunity to dance. So that's for the in-person stuff, but we have lots online. We're doing Zoom classes every Sunday. We're actually in October starting
20 Charleston.
two new cycles, one of Lindy Hop, and you can come with a partner, but you don't have to come with a partner. And we have 1920s Charleston, lots of fun.
Yeah, we're going to do solo, but we will show how you can use it partnered as well if you have a partner or when you get a partner, but you don't need a partner for the class.
And of course we have the membership side, so that's where you can find a huge repertoire of what we have in resources. We've got lots of videos, Lindy Hop, Charleston, jazz, Balboa, blues, and there's more coming. We've got the swing notes, access to all the Selmon swing notes on there, some recommendations for music, some archive, and more.
And more on the way. Okay, so we've got 1 vote for Cool Cat, got a couple for
We've
dudes.
got 2 for dudes.
Okay, maybe I could squeeze both in if I'm quick.
Right.
Okay, let's go for the dude one because
Let's
it's a little bit
dance.
unusual, and it's Boogie Woogie Cowboy by
Oh.
Dude Martin. So, it sounds like this.
Somewhere west of Vegas there's a cowboy that's kept. He used to serenade the cattle, but without any pep. A singing mighty sadly of his home on the range. Now he does his boogie woogie, and man, what a change. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play all the day. Where seldom is heard a discouraging word. Shoot the saddle to me, fiddle, my boy. Because he never heard about a lake to the bar. He went on down to Memphis and he got on the beat. Now his horse is a prancing with boogie woogie beat. Flippity clop pop, oh oh, flippity clop pop. If old Biddle's alive, then he jumps to the jive. Flippity clop pop, oh oh, flippity clop pop. Shoot the halter to me, Walter, my boy. Artist on the radio now, drawing down 1,000 just for showing them how. If he should lose his head or he'd be knocked off his feet, he's gotta have them with him to give him the beat. Flippity clop pop, oh, flippity clop pop. If old Benno's alive, then he jumps to the jive. Flippity clop pop. You great! Shoot the ranger to me, Silver, my boy.
Okay, we can squeeze one more song in. One more song.
That's the same song.
That's the same song. That's not a good song.
Okay, it was a fun song,
Somewhere
I have
west
to
of
say.
Vegas there's a cowboy that's...
No.
Three cool cats. Parked on the corner in a beat-up car. They're buying up a nickel candy bar. Talking all about how sharp they are. These 3 cool cats. 3 cool chicks. 3 cool chicks. I'm walking down the street.
sadly, that brings us to the end of Swing and Sway for another week. Next week's theme is going to be teachers, students and dance classes. Teachers, students and dance classes. So if that's of interest to you, check it out next week. What can we say? Any lasting, passing, last remarks? Passing remarks, you know what I mean.
Passing remarks. I was just going to say thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been good fun. We hope you enjoyed the music, the banter, even we got lost a little bit in the middle, and we look forward to seeing you next week, maybe for the last time in this studio.
We hope.
Have a great evening, everybody. Have a great week. Have a cool week.
And be cool cats.
Hep hep.